Protects the clock. Dribbles. Fades. And sends the Spurs to the playoffs. Victor looking to make his move. Victor. Fadeaway jumper. Yes, sir!
Victor. Lasa busca. Dos! Victor! Dos!
It's a fiesta once again. The Spurs, for the first time since 2019, are back in the playoffs.
Is that your most valuable player? It certainly is. The leader of the playoff-bound San Antonio Spurs as Wembanyama's game winner with 1.1 on the clock. The elbow fadeaway jumper sends San Antonio to the postseason. It's where they belong, TJ Ford. What a finish inside the Frost Bank Center. The clock winding down. Wemby holding the basketball and then finally letting it go. All nylon to send the Spurs to the postseason.
What a special way to be able to clinch the playoffs and have a top seed 1 through 6 on an epic night where he performed and he carried the team when we didn't have all the pieces playing at a high level. And that's what superstars and that's what MVPs do.
Is that what MVPs do?
That's what MVPs do, and I think he kind of made his case tonight. He carried this team. I feel like we didn't have our legs, most of the guys, and I just think he carried from the beginning, and then he made it an emphasis to get this win tonight.
And it wasn't just the game winner, though. That's certainly the one that the folks are going to remember. Another double-double, 30-plus point performance. It was Wembanyama who helped will the Spurs back in this one. San Antonio trailed by 10 with about 5 minutes to go. Wembanyama was on the bench, but he was brought back in the ballgame, hit a big three, made a couple big defensive stops, but no shot bigger than that one. It's one they're going to talk about in San Antonio for a long time. 34 points on 50% shooting from the field. But TJ, how about a perfect 12 of 12 from the charity stripe, making them count?
Oh, that was a big difference in the game in the second half, being able to get to the free throw line, being able to slow the pace of the game down, and then just being able to get our rhythm and then just understanding just, hey, De'Aaron Fox had moments where he was able to get it going and kind of had a good performance for a good span of the game, but set it up for Wemby to be able to carry the rest of the load down the stretch. Glad free throws, fundamentals of the game, missed 2 free throws and gave us the opportunity to make history tonight.
Well, that's a playoff clinching performance, but that atmosphere here, it certainly felt like the playoffs have already arrived. With
you know, all the guys was around you right there at the post game. I thought you was going to jump up and down with them and maybe get a bear hug.
I don't think I've ever seen that many cameras. I turned and I felt like I was on the red carpet or something like that. But what a moment, right? That just shows you how together this unit is. Obviously, everybody circling Wembanyama, chanting MVP after the game-winning performance. That's the kind of stuff they read about in Hollywood movies.
It does, but I think when you really look at being able to put the ball in his hands, being able to have patience. I don't think he had patience last year being in that moment. And that just shows his poise, showed his confidence within himself, and know which direction he was going to get his shot. And basically, when you're an MVP candidate and guy to have a chance to win it, there's no one going to be able to stop you from getting that shot off. And he was able to get it, knock it down, and the fans went crazy in this building tonight.
Yeah, they said Frost Bank Center, they might need to start looking into playoff tickets because with tonight's win, TJ Ford, the Spurs have officially clinched a 1 through 6 seed in the postseason. The Spurs will be playing playoff basketball in this game. That's what the energy was in here tonight.
Yeah, I think they're going to get their tickets in. I think they're going to go to Whataburger tonight.
That's what they're getting here tonight. They got a great performance from the closer. Victor Wembanyama's putting together his ticket for the MVP candidacy. His running mate showed up tonight, De'Aaron Fox. 23 points on the night, 13 of them in closing time in the fourth quarter. TJ, this is why this team is so scary to everybody else. It's not just Vic. In clutch time, they've got the Fox.
Well, Fox turned it up in the fourth quarter. Other than that, they kind of had him in check for the whole night, but he found his rhythm and he found a way to be able to attack and be effective. And you look at these clips here, he was being very active, getting in the paint and being determined. And being able to get in the paint is one of his strengths, but being able to have a slow start for 3 quarters and turn it up, that's what veteran point guards do. That's what all-stars do. And he was able to find a stretch there that got us in the game, and then Victor was able to finish it off for us.
Talk about a veteran move. The Spurs were down by 4 with about 30 seconds to play. Fox took the ball up the floor. Spurs could have looked for a game-tying 3, but Fox went right to the tin, laid it in, cut into the deficit. Spurs ended up paying off. Fox extending the game. It's a veteran move.
That's just experience, right? Having a guy like that that's been in this league long enough, been one of the top point guards in this league, understands basketball IQ, understands situations in the game, understands that Phoenix Suns is have moments where, you know, they may choke like they did tonight. And obviously it worked in our favor. We was able to fight through fatigue tonight. Vic was unbelievable. And I think when you look at this victory tonight, I know that locker room, it's a bunch of water being thrown around each other in there tonight. And what an impressive win.
Fantastic win for San Antonio. All considering as well, too, playing without Stephon Castle tonight, too. Castle's going to be on his way back. San Antonio, another Saturday game this weekend against the Indiana Pacers.
NBA Pistons star guard Cade Cunningham has been diagnosed with a collapsed lung and will be evaluated in 2 weeks, meaning he will miss at least 8 games. He was apparently hurt diving for a loose ball against the Wizards on Tuesday. So the Pistons, they lose their star with a 3.5-game lead on top of the East standings with a 14-game left in the season. The Knicks are also lurking in 3rd place, 5 games behind Detroit, but are 6 back in the loss column. All right, Kendrick Perkins is back with us. So, Perk, not a great time for the Pistons star to miss time. How do you see the injury impacting the Eastern Conference?
Well, look, Detroit is about to miss their superstar, and the Boston Celtics just got back one of their superstars in Jason Tatum. And I'm looking at the Celtics, and they're clicking on all cylinders right now with Jaylen Brown leading the way, arguably the best two-way player in the game. They already have the most championship experience out of any of those top teams in the Eastern Conference. And when you look at their style of play, it's still the same style that they won the championship behind, led behind Coach Joe Mazzulla. They're top 5 offensively and they're top 5 defensively. And the way that they're clicking right now, they're my favorites to come out of the Eastern Conference, even if Cade didn't go out.
Cade, by the way, averaging over 24 points and just under 10 assists per game, the 2nd most in the NBA, so that is a huge loss. Let's go to the Western Conference because we got a good one in the West tonight. The Spurs hosting the Suns. San Antonio is a beast, going a league best 19-2 since the February 1st. Phoenix was trying to make a move out of the play-in tournament, but they've lost 3 straight to fall 2.5 games behind the 6th place Denver. So the Suns, they've beaten the Spurs twice this year. What problems does Devin Booker cause for San Antonio?
All the problems in the world. When you talk about one of the most elite, efficient scorers in the game, that's Devin Booker. And he looks healthy right now. And the thing is, he's such a tough cover because he could beat you off the dribble. He has a hell-of-a mid-range game. He could take you to the low block. He could beat you in transition with pull-up jump shots. He know how to create off the dribble. And look, Devin Booker, it's a reason why he's labeled one of those Mamba mentality type guys. But I will say this, Christine, the Spurs will get their lick back tonight. We know one thing about Wemby. He takes it personal.
Yeah.
I think Stephon Castle will rise to the occasion, one of the elite perimeter defenders in the game, and he will take the matchup against Devin Booker personal as well.
All right, we'll see what happens. Book.